Hi, I'm Christina McNamara, and we're here with Amber Heinbockel. Amber, can you tell us a little bit about your career?
Sure. So I currently work at Twitter. I'm a senior product designer. I've also worked as a creative director at a small agency called Cantina in Fort Point in Boston. And then my career goes back, but I've also worked as a senior art director at an agency. I've worked as an interactive designer that worked in development shops. So I have quite a range. But today, as it stands, it's Twitter and product design.
That's so cool. What is your favorite thing about working at Twitter?
Oh gosh, besides working with incredibly talented developers and engineers that are super passionate about the work that we do, being able to reach a huge amount of users every day is an absolutely incredible learning experience, especially as a designer, because the amount of work that we create and is actually shown to users and the feedback we get from that is immensely helpful as we're creating apps and experiences for our people. So that's been one of my favorite parts. And the Twitter perks are pretty awesome as well. So
I know, that sounds so awesome. What, as an Endicott alum, how has the internship program shaped what you wanted to do or shaped your career?
It was hugely important for me to do the internship program. I think for me, I didn't realize how important internships were until I was actually out in the field, because I came into Endicott thinking I already knew what I wanted to do, and I wanted to be a creative director like Anna Wintour at a big magazine, and that was like my goal in life. But when I actually went on an internship and worked at a magazine, I realized that print media was just not for me, and I really found instead a real love of code. So my next internship that I was able to do did more coding and development, where I worked with more engineers and product designers, and that was way more fun and exciting to me, and I would not have discovered that had I not been in the internship program here at Endicott.
Mm-hmm. Well, the internship is really helpful for me and for so many of the other students here. Do you do any work on the side?
Not these days, but I definitely have. In fact, when I was at Endicott, I started my own small little company called Amber Me Row, and basically it's consulting, and it allowed me to gain some extra money on the side, which was hugely helpful, especially as a college student. But it also showed me the different sides of business, which means that when you are doing consulting or your own graphic design side businesses, you're doing everything. You're the salesperson, you're the marketer, you are the website builder, you're wearing all the hats. And so side projects in my past have been extraordinarily important and has definitely helped develop my portfolio and my career path that has landed me at Twitter now. So not right now, but definitely not opposed to them.
Mm-hmm. And finally, our last question for you is, what kind of advice would you give an Endicott student who's just about to graduate and head out into the career world?
Absolutely. Make the most out of the time that you have left here. Hold yourself accountable for the work that you're creating here and the work that you're doing and the people that you meet. Don't burn your bridges, because Boston is a very small town. In fact, the whole Northeast is very small, and you will run into everybody again. So leave a great impression with people that you work with. Be thankful, be excited that you're here, and just know that you're entering a workforce that's very happy and excited to have you, especially in the tech world. So if you're a woman, if you're a minority, come on out. We want you there. You're very much welcome. And so that would be my biggest sort of key points of advice is people are just as excited to have you here. Just make sure you show you're passionate and that you're fired up about the work that you're about to do.
Okay, thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Again, this is Amber Heinbockel. Thank you so much.
Thanks.